So while we become more and more installed into the matrix system, people are still playing with themselves and not realizing how important freedom of speech is, and that the First Amendment be invoked to protect us from being banned. Google has recently announced that it will very soon release Google Goggles, which are these glasses that will you can put on your head, and you can just walk around with the internet right there at your fingertips. I mean, we could do that anyway with like a cell phone or something, but this is more in your face, quite literally, where you can walk around and be on the internet 24 hours a day. This is what's called augmented reality. In other words, reality isn't good enough. We need augmented reality. We need special morality with more apps and graphics and detail. And that's all well and good. I'm not trying to say that we need to step back. I am not a Luddite. I am not someone that is against technology. What I am against is people not standing up for their rights when technology changes how we view right and wrong. In other words, we have to be prepared to fight for our rights when technology makes us put into question morality as we know it today. Because what was morality 20, 40 years ago does not apply today. Freedom of speech was different 20 or 40 years ago because the technology was different. You had the right to type something on a typewriter. You had the right to vocalize something on a soapbox. You had the right to talk to your friend across the street. But these same rights just do not work as well today because it is very primitive. No one talks to each other. No one types on a typewriter. Now we use the internet as our avenue for freedom of thought, freedom of association, and etc. So it's about time we started acting like it. And if you don't start acting like it, I will not look out for you. When people come to hurt you, I will laugh. I will give them your address and shit so they can hurt you. Because you're a fucking terrorist. You're a scumbag. You don't care about anyone, not even yourself. And it makes me sick to my stomach that as our technology is developing faster than we are. We are not developing nearly fast enough to accommodate for all the different variables and problems that come with new technology. And we are not centering our lives around preserving right and wrong before we advance technology to assist us in that. That's what technology exists for. Technology exists to comfort us, to protect us, to make our lives easier, to make us better understand the world around us. Technology is a positive thing. But if we are not positive, the technology is not going to be positive, because the technology is a tool. We construct that tool. And therefore, if we're faulty, our technology is going to be faulty. That's why so many bad shit happens. Not because the technology in and of itself is bad. The atom bomb was not bad in and of itself. It was how mankind chose to use it. Because mankind refuses to evolve with the technology. Mankind is the most reactionary creature on this planet. And it pisses me off because we are in the grid. I'm just getting that out there. I mean, we're not quite as deep as we could be, but we are in the grid. Everyone in the first world has internet access and uses it on a regular basis and considers internet just as much a part of the real life as flesh and blood. And yet, they don't value their rights as a human being on the internet. Because whenever somebody tramples on those rights and it has no excuse at all to do, but inexcusably bans you or treats you like shit or targets you specifically and comes at you like a fucking pack of wolves, everyone twists their nipples around and talks about how, oh, it's just the internet, man, don't take it so seriously. How about I use the internet to DDoS you or take your credit cards? I bet you would take that seriously. Oh, but that's different, isn't it? It's different when it affects you, Steve, Moot, Richard the Rapist Bueller. Oh, all of a sudden, then we got a problem. But I'm not supposed to take it seriously when it's my rights on the line. Or how about, and it just goes on and on. People don't fucking care. They don't listen. There's not a fucking brain cell in their head. You could blow their brains out with a gun, and nobody would even notice because they are not human. So, and I heard it all before. So if you got something to say, shove it up your ass. Because I've heard it. I've heard it a bajillion times. If you say it again, I swear to God I will slit your throat just so I don't have to hear it again. Because I'm fucking sick and tired of hearing, make your own site, make your own this, make your own that, and then these same people go on fucking Alex Jones or something talking about the Federal Reserve or this, that. Well, why don't you make your own bank? Why don't you make your own New World Order? Why don't you make your own country? Make. You can't do it, can you? It's not realistic to make it. And why should you have to? That's what morals are about. But you don't have morals. You just like to talk out your asshole, and then you expect me to take you seriously, but meanwhile, my rights are being trifled upon. I don't have time to worry about your stupid bullshit. I have to worry about my rights, and how they're constantly being violated, and how I'm treated like a little bitch, and then to top it all off, as the technology advances, that's just gonna happen even more so. Because people are not evolving with the technology, so if I'm getting fucked now, I can only imagine in the future. I'm getting fucked right now, here and now, and the fucking lawyers are shooting up heroin, not fucking thinking about it, as Facebook denies me my Facebook, and I cannot get access to coupons, I cannot social network, I do not get all those positive benefits, and then the lawyers shoot up their heroin in their fucking dicks and say, you put the terms of service. Who fucking cares about terms of service? I'm a person. I deserve the same rights as everybody else. I deserve the same treatment as everybody else. There is nothing I can do to deserve otherwise. I don't care if I fucking tucked my dick in between my pants and humped a 5-year-old boy. I have rights as everybody else. If I'm doing something illegal online, you contact me as a person and tell me that I am doing something illegal. You call the police, and you say, this guy is doing something illegal, and then they look into it. That's how it works. You don't deny me my rights. You don't deny me my accessibility. You don't deny me the same basic things anybody else can have. That's not your fucking place. You are not God. Get it through your head. And if you think you're God, I will put you in your fucking place, and I will break your legs, and then we will see how godly you really are. You're not fucking God. You need to stop. And I'm just sick of it. I am sick of people not realizing that just because you may not like something does not give you a right to stop me. If you think I am doing something extremely immoral and possibly illegal, then take legal action. That would make sense. And if you think it's just immoral but not illegal, deal with it. The same way I have to deal with it, you know? You don't see me trying to stop people from doing unethical things, and trust me, they're very unethical. But a lot of them are also criminal. And if I see them doing something criminal, I will try to go to my local FBI agency or my local police department and report said activity. But if they're just doing something unethical, I either ignore them, or I denounce them, I discredit them, I tell them they are the scum of the earth, they are slime balls, I tell other people, hey, this guy's a dick, don't talk to him, blah blah blah. That's your right to do. You have choices in this life. You have choices where you can demean and degrade evil people. And you should. That's the right thing to do, to rebuke evil and to call it out. But then for you to use your property, terms of service, or your vicious pack mentality to target anybody you so desire without even a reason, that's evil. And what am I supposed to do about that? I can't just simply ignore it. I can't simply call you out on it. That's not going to do much. Therefore, my only alternative is to try to interpret the law in such a way that it defends me and that the law will represent me and take you on in court, and the police will arrest you and shit like that. The only other alternative besides that is to fucking go to your house and gun you down. Those are my 3 choices. And neither you nor I wants the third option. So I suggest you start thinking about really, really hard. Because you know what? Despite how I don't want the third option, I am willing to do it. So don't fuck with me. And, that's all I have to say here. We are getting more connected to the grid, and at the same time, we are not thinking about the consequences of that, and how we need to be more concerned about our rights as people on the internet. We need to be more concerned about how we are treated. We need to be more concerned about what we can do and what we can't do. We need to be much more concerned about what people can do to us. And you know what? I don't give a fuck if someone calls me a troll or stupid or an asshole or autistic or whatever the fuck they got going on in their head. What I do care about is when some little twerp can stop me from having accessibility, can stop me from getting in on other things that other people can get on in, and just discriminate against me and cause me to reduce my health and reduce my ability to use the internet to its maximum capacity because Mark Zuckerberg doesn't think I'm entitled to a Facebook. So then I get screwed over. I should have just as much accessibility to couponing, social networking, etc. as the rest of you. If I want to play Angry Birds, I should be able to fucking play Angry Birds. If I want to, get a coupon to Checkers, I should be able to get a coupon to Checkers. If I want to, talk to people online, I should be able to talk to people online. It's not your fucking place to stop me. It's your fucking place to denounce me and to tell me I am wrong. But you don't have a right to stop me. Because that is my right as a human being, that is your right as a human being, and we need to establish that. But most of you are too fucking stupid goyim to establish such a thing. That's why you let fucking Steve, the child molester, child killer, tell you what the fuck to do. Because you have no morals, and you'll let a wretched beast like him tell you what is right and wrong. That's all I have to say.